guys, and in today's video we are going to talk more about the severe weather outbreak, the major severe weather outbreak in the parts of the south. But before I can get into this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you do like daily weather forecasts, and also to share this video with any friends or family that you think would need this information very soon. But anyways, let's get right into this forecast. So right now we are looking at the SPC outlook for today, the Storm Prediction Center, and they have issued a enhanced risk for severe weather over portions of central northern Texas and parts of the southern central part of Oklahoma. And also they have issued a slight risk straight around that enhanced risk that is in the yellow, and also that dark green risk is in the marginal. So pretty much anything that is in the marginal and above, which is the dark green and above, you're going to see where this severe weather is going to hit. More in the marginal, you're going to be hit more later in the night. So definitely have a way to get out those warnings for you, because make sure your NOAA weather radio batteries are still, if you do have a NOAA weather radio, I would recommend seeing your batteries and see if they still work. Unless if they don't work, then replace those immediately, because if the power ever goes out because of a storm that hits, then if those batteries are dead, then your NOAA weather radio is dead, because it doesn't run off of the, even if the power goes out, it doesn't run off of the cord that is connected to the outlet. But anyways, if you're in this orange risk, especially have a way to get those warnings out late in the night. Most of these storms will actually hit really late in the night. And we're going to also look at the tornado risks for this. And they have issued a 10% risk of tornadoes in this small little yellow area, and plus a hatched area. So this is pretty much in that kind of hatched area, seeing within that black area. That's where most of the tornadoes, severe tornadoes, are going to happen. And so possible EF2s could happen today, or maybe even rarely in EF3. But so that's why I'm saying to get those warnings out if you're in any of these areas. These tornadoes can happen in any of these areas. Now we're looking at the hail risk, and they have issued a hatched area also. So if you're in that black risk, that's where the significant hail is going to hit mostly. And also in that green risk and yellow risk, that's where hail is mostly going to hit in that area. Now we're going to look at today's wind risk. And they have issued a 30% chance risk of severe wind. This is 60 mile per hour wind gusts and up. So you definitely have some wind damage when you wake up, to maybe even your roofs, or even in the yard. So make sure to tie down anything that's in the yard that it might be loose or could blow away, especially those trash cans. Those especially can blow away in the strong winds. Now we're going to look at tomorrow's risk, and they have actually issued an enhanced risk and a slight risk for severe weather. So most of the severe weather is going to hit in these orange areas, in this yellow area, and we're going to look at the tornado risk in a second. But most of the severe weather is going to happen in the enhanced risk, with the orange risk and the yellow risk in that type of area. And I'm not saying it couldn't happen in that darker green area, but it will possibly really happen in that more orange and yellow color area. Now we're going to look at the tomorrow's tornado outlook, and they have actually issued a 10% risk of tornadoes in parts of southern Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, and Arkansas. So again, definitely have a way to get out those warnings. And also another 5% risk of over here in parts of Iowa and Missouri. And also that 2% risk, most of this tornado activity is going to happen in the brown and yellow risks. but it also could possibly rarely happen in that green risk you're seeing. Now we're going to look at the hail risk right here. So far they have issued a 15% chance of hail in this yellow area, and also a 5% risk of severe hail in that green area. Most of the severe hail is going to happen in that yellow area. And make sure to tie stuff down again, because they have issued a 30% chance of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and up. Make sure to tie down anything in your front yard, backyard, and those trash cans if you have them out. Make sure to put them at least by the side of the house, or even in your garage. If you don't have the garage, I would recommend putting them at your side of the house, since either if the wind is blowing either way, it will have a lesser chance of blowing away. And now we're going to look at the model for the future radar for these storms that are going to move through the Midwest, Plains, and southern part of the U.S. Alright, so now we're looking at the HRR model for the parts of the South. And move that forward a little bit. This is from weather.cod.edu. This is what I'm using for the models. But currently we're looking at pretty much right now some rain showers, not severe at all, over here in parts of New Mexico, and moving into Texas very slowly. Can move at about an hour ahead, and those storms are actually this rain is actually getting a bit stronger. Move forward a little bit more, and it is getting a little bit stronger over here in parts of Texas, since there is a little bit more energy over here for those storms to really develop on. But that is going to weaken very slowly, since it is kind of weak, and you're going to start seeing these cells develop about 3 to 5 hours 3 to 5 hours from this video is being posted. And these are the cells I'm actually being pretty concerned about. They're looking as some pretty good looking cells that are showing up on the model run there. And you're seeing they're going into Oklahoma, and these are the cells that I'm going to be watching, because these look like some pretty dangerous cells, and there's a lot of energy, especially over here by the edge of Oklahoma and the edge of Texas. So these are going to be really significant cells. And overnight, there will be kind of a cluster of embedded supercells and severe thunderstorms over here in parts of Texas and Oklahoma. This is why I'm saying to have a way to get your warnings out. Make sure on your phone settings it shows to give you warning notifications. So if there is a tornado warning, it'll warn you, so to tell you to get into your shelter. And those storms are slowly moving into the morning hours, into Illinois and all those midwestern parts of states there. And more of a line will actually form over here, parts of Arkansas. This is for tomorrow, sometime for tomorrow, most likely in the midday, early afternoon hours. It won't be as severe as today, but there is possibly some embedded supercells that we're seeing on the model so far. But if you did enjoy this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you do like daily weather forecasts, and make sure to share this video with any friends or family that you think who you would need the information for. But anyways, stay safe.